All right. Is this working? This is basically the second stream now. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me. Seems like it's working. That is good to hear. I hope my voice is not overly loud or too quiet. Otherwise, I will have to send this microphone back. Hey, Max. Hey, Aqua. Is it Aqua, not Aqua? What am I saying? It's good. That's good. That's good. Cheap mic. Works out. It was low-key a jump scare. Oh shit, am I too loud? Wait. Wait, I can make myself a little more quiet. Aqua. Alright. Yes, it has been about a month already, I think, since the deadline for the Space Gauntlet contest. Wait, let me actually check how long it's been. Also, where's my sound? I wanted to turn on menu music again. Why can I do that? Where's the... Should be an under audio, right? No, it's not. Of course it's not. Equar, is that right? Well. Okay, so if the menu music, I don't know how to turn it on. I will do the usual and just have some nice and quiet water flame audio in the background to accompany the stream. All right, so what are we building today? Also, where's my chat now? Sure, A, like an egg when you add an R. Aquar. Please tell me Wavetable was a preview. No. This is literally that was just an experiment to check out what you can do using the particle trigger. And after messing around a little bit, originally this was supposed to be like an experimentation with these Fourier cycles that you use in math, I guess. After messing around a little bit with those, I'm sorry. It'll probably stay like a funny effect for stream beginnings and endings. Oh yeah, I'm using Moonflowers. That's correct. So basically, how this effect works is if you turn on these, so you have this particle trigger, and you have this circle rotating around this circle, this around this point, and so on. So circles and circles. And if you ramp up the rotation speed to ridiculous amounts, the frame rate that your computer has only picks up particles in certain spots every time, creating these nice patterns. So all of the particles that you just saw in the beginning screen is just one overly aggressively rotated particle trigger. So, but as for what we're working on today is Soundfall. I will have to admit, it's not completely from zero. I spent the last 2 days already cooking up a little bit of, well, first ideas and getting a flow into the level. So that the first stream where I'm trying to build gameplay is not me staring blankly at the screen for an hour, not knowing what to actually do in the level. I really want to progress today, get something done. But I feel like the best thing I can do is actually show you what I've made and explain it a little bit. So for that, I think we can just have the music play in the background. It's so quiet compared to the in-game volume, I think. Oh. Let me just get rid of a few things. Also, because I'm very known for creating gameplay that people do not enjoy, any sort of feedback on things that you see is very welcome. I think I'll probably be one of the worst gameplay creators in chat right now, because I have no clue on how to actually create good gameplay. I feel like that has been made clear over the years. So any sort of visual playtesting or direct playtesting will help a lot. What kind of skill? Anything was it? No, it will definitely not be a mythic. The last level that I worked on took 350 hours, which is way too much in my opinion. I don't know how people do even more. I don't have that amount of time. Meaning this will probably be a much less design focused collab, or like art focused. I want it to be more like design. So we're going a little bit back again, back from art, and instead trying to go for something more design and especially movement and sound focused. This level's name will be Soundfall. And I want it to be as on the beat and as responsive to the music as possible. But without further ado, let me actually show you what I've done. I just continue yapping. What difficulty? Oh my god, I still done that. The difficulty will be something between 7 stars and Easy Demon. I have no idea. This will probably be going along. I hope it's gonna be so intuitive to play that it's going to be a 7-star, but there's no promises. So yeah, let's actually play this. You know what? Let's turn off the music for a second. All right, this is the current progress of the level. Yo, hi Spark. Yes, I'm pretty proud of that effect. That was one of the first things I had in mind when it comes to building this level. Is this is just a block for now. These are just blocks. Yes, Aqua. I really hope that it's fun to play because I'm really just focusing on trying to get the gameplay as smooth as possible and have less hours invested into art. And all of the design that I'm putting in, I wanted to have a purpose for the gameplay instead of being its own thing. The so no, it's actually not. I can turn off wait, let me turn off all shaders. So there are a few happening, but most of it, like the main effect is not. Wait, what am I doing here? The main part of this is not actually shaders. It is, wait, where the fuck actually is it? So it's over here. It's a lot of experimenting around with area triggers instead. What's your favorite levels of yours? I guess my personal favorite of my own levels will be Space Time because it's what I spent the most time on. But honestly, after that, it is either Voyage or Exodium. Let me turn off. There are a couple of shaders. Let me make them touch trigger. Let me actually show you what it looks like without any shaders. It'll still look pretty much the same. Also, hi Excel. Where's the camera? Get that orb. Where's the orb? Look. So yes, this is all going to be area trigger focused gameplay with the blocks moving as if there were sound waves. This was an early a very early decision for this part. I really wanted to pull it through, and it semi worked. I originally wanted there to be more responsiveness, where the player actually interacts with these wave beats. It's using area. Yes, it is using a fuck ton of area triggers that'll just get triggered repeatedly. There is let me see if I can find it. So this is these 6 blocks, on each of them is doing a beat. And let me. So you will actually be able to see these also move. If I just put them here, you will see how they interact with the surface. What about deco there? This entire level will have a very clear focus when it comes to decoration. And since I will be using more of these effects throughout the level. And the idea is to create a design or like to very limit myself. So all of the designs will actually consist of blocks. We will only use blocks, different sizes, but they're all supposed to be squares. It's going to be very basic, but I really want to see how creative you can get if you just limit yourself to not this specific type of block. In this case, we have to maintain this effect. We will not have this effect everywhere in the level, of course. But in this case, we actually have to keep these block types. But I think I can make something pretty decent with it. It also doesn't have to directly correspond to the floor. Like I can like add stuff in here, and it'll still look good. I can also make like smaller blocks that'll then accompany whatever I'm doing. This also works. This is not an issue. But I really want to stick to the idea of having a very block-like feel to the level. Will you do a collab with Darwin next? I mean, there's nothing in the works. We did talk a little bit after we both released our Space Gauntlet projects, but no. So far, there's no collab with Darwin inside. I'm sorry. Um. So yeah, any sort of feedback on the visuals, because the visuals also are intertwined with the gameplay, as well as the gameplay itself, are very welcome. Let me actually turn the shaders back on. Also, these I do not need. Let's see. And now you can see, like on the floor, these blocks that function as the sound trigger. But yeah, since these two parts are done, what will come next is well, whatever comes after this free fall. I'm a little bit unsure on what game mode to add there. So let's get into that. Oops, was the wrong button. Oh shit. Oh yeah. Wait, how far do I move up? The idea in general with this floor is that it's supposed to look like the actual floor that a level has. So it'll basically first appear as like just a black ground that then suddenly lifts you up as a sound responsive platform, as if you were a singer on stage. So it actually also moves up. I forgot about that. Like by 100 blocks into the air. So you go up 100 blocks. Oops. Which means should be here. Oh shit. And right here is where the next part begins. What I'm not really sure of is how to actually give the players some more rotation. Like that's an issue. And I also don't understand how the area scale trigger works. Because I just want these cubes to randomly rotate, but I want them to uniformly rotate. Hi Ludwig. How is it going? See you, Aqua. Have fun. I have not played the game Tunic, but I have listened to the soundtracks. I think. Wait, is it the game with the fox? I have not played. I'm sorry. Let me quickly check. Yeah, I listen to the soundtrack quite a lot. It's very chill. So we land over here. The idea, you know what? Actually, the idea is that I kind of want to give the illusion that the player is not falling down, which is why these blocks are falling with the player. I can make the background black here to remove that illusion. I really wanted to look like the player is actually falling into the screen instead of downwards. The question is, I don't know how to do that. So if I do this, and I just have this thing here. Wait, so it should be here. Move it 10 up, give it a group, make it small. And once this happens, so wait, this is group 18. So I also have to say 18 lock to camera position Y, because the camera is static here. And scale group 18, around group 18, within, wait, how quick do I have to do this? I guess it's like a second. Like a sign in, I guess, works. And scale it 4 times. And just pray that it works. I have no idea. Also have the opacity low, so it actually fades in. Oh shit. So it has to be 1.5. That's good. So it actually gets brighter. Or like fades in. Can you let the song play a bit? Of course, of course. Also hi Cure. How did you inspire your style? You'd have to be a little more precise with that. Do you mean how I get what I get my style from? Honestly, I don't know. Hey Duke. Okay, let's play this out for a second though. Let's actually see if this appears like we're falling into the screen. Okay, okay, wait, maybe I have to. Okay, so it kind of works. Maybe it has to hit a little later. And we also slap on, let's say, a UFO portal. Oh yeah, sure. I can have the song play for a second. So these parts are kind of like the middle section. What follows now. The idea, the issues I always have ideas for. Better see some banger atmosphere with the song. It's gonna be less atmosphere focused, Adrift. I'm very sorry. It'll be much more upfront. So no impressive backgrounds, very foreground focused, very music focused. But of course, I will try my best to add some kind of good atmosphere. You've never heard the song before. Oh, that's actually surprising. I think it was used for the Geometry Dash Awards. I thought everyone knew this one. um, am I taking level requests? I don't think I'm gonna take level requests today. I definitely want to do that again. Now that I have a microphone and I do have the confidence to actually speak, I can definitely do a much better job at it than I did like a couple of years ago when I did this and I was a mod. It was pretty painful to just be silent all the time. I think now that I'm not a mod, I can actually give proper reviews because a lot less people will send in levels, which means I can actually review the levels. High Dangerous and High Arrow. Alright, so the issue that I have with gameplay is that I always have more of a visual idea connected to the gameplay as well. So I've listened to this song 100 times, I'm pretty sure. Um, I've had the idea of building level with it for like a long time now, longer than Space Time Continuum. I actually had the idea of building something to this already sometime last year. Um, so the initial idea is I have these cubes, and I want them to zoom in at random speeds, so they fall with me into the level. Um, and when the play hits the next stage, some of these cubes will actually turn into obstacles. So it's gonna be very basic gameplay. I just want it to be fun, but basic. With the cubes floating in the air being the obstacles, which is like when you listen to this song. So you have these cubes just floating around, maybe in 3D, that would be the best idea. Also, hi Smitten. Alright, so you just have some gameplay with floating cubes that you jump on. And like in this section, they all basically fall down onto the ground and create like a new floor for you to walk on. So basically this here's where they fall, and then you have the impact sound. And this is where they like all line up at the ground, like fall down and just instantly like light up brightly, and you have this nice new floor that you walk on basically. This is the thought process behind how the level is supposed to look. The issue is how am I now going to build gameplay to this, and I don't know how. This is why I'm here. Maybe you guys have some ideas. Also, hi Wild. Thank you for subscribing. So like, let's go back to this. Oh yeah, I definitely have to wait. Options trigger. Why is it not disabling or like enabling my controls again? I couldn't jump. The fuck? This is weird. Oh shit! That's why I still have no gravity. 1 second. Yeah, I'm really not sure how to add rotation to my play. I think if I where does this? So, but like 75, and then goes down to 1. I think this gives me more rotation actually. No, it does not. Okay, I don't know how it works. Fuck. Yes, I do plan on streaming regular progress of this level. For now, I will try to do it once a week, which I definitely have the time for. It's just that it's very unusual for me to stream. I have to get used to it because, of course, streaming the whole process means that you also spend a lot of time with your chat. And you're less likely to get into the zone where you just build. So why is this not working? I have to move them, I guess. Like this. Okay, that's too sudden. What the fuck? Okay. It's not better. Shit. It's too much. Maybe 0.3. You know, maybe I'll just create like a custom icon that you turn into. On stream to actually make me more productive, which is ironic because I suck at multitasking. I wish I had what you have because I suck at multitasking as well. I don't know if you know why you are more productive when you stream. I'd love to hear it. But yeah, I definitely I want to keep engaging with the chat. And that always takes away some time that I actually would spend building. When Ghoul 2? I don't think ever. This level is very old. It has left my brain. It has left my interest. I don't think I'm gonna I'm gonna do a sequel to this. Welcome back, Bowie. And hello, Cruzo. Actually, anyway, I have to unlink the static. I hope this works. So if I just say exit static 0.2 maybe. Listen to a podcast. I mean, is that how do you create gameplay while you listen to other stuff? I think maybe that's maybe that's one of the things why I have bad gameplays, because I get bored very fast. Also, oh, I'm sorry, Johai, I didn't see. I see your question earlier. I am from Germany. Suppose you want a deco. Yeah, same here. Except I just listen to music all the time. Way too loud. I think I'm actually damaging my ears at this point. I definitely damaged my ears while building space time. Because I was listening to music nonstop for hours. It's not good. Wait, I said exit static. Why is it not exiting static? Bro is from the last part of Metropolis. What do you mean by that? Why is it huh? Why is it exit static? Why is it not exiting static? Do I have to click something else? Exit instant? Let's see. Also make this free mode because I love free mode. Oh, wait. Oh, hey, this works. Just because of the last part. Just because it had a television tower. I don't... actually, it might have actually... I just searched Google Images for television towers. I did not know. And I chose the one from Berlin. I actually was in Berlin this weekend. Oh shit. This is too early. Ugh. If I do like this. Yeah. Well, I am. There's a lot of German people. I think either German or, well, people that can speak German. This is bad. This sucks. How do I can... this maybe? Have you move a little more downwards? Nope. Wait. This is group 5. This is not working. Wait, what am I doing wrong? Is it locked? Does it not matter? Is this like none? I know it does work. I think I will just animate these. I think I'm gonna get rid of this entire effect here. And just... I have a different idea on how to actually do this for now. Keep these see-through. Have these move by like 50. Actually, 100 is fine. And then just uniformly scale 17. Center group, oh shit. Ah, fuck. I have to... Fuck. Okay, I need to... I said I was gonna do gameplay, but I guess I'm not. I'll have to do something else. 1 second. I need something that sticks to the center of the screen. I just have to remember how to do this. 1 second. 19. And target group ID. 19. I think this works. Yes. Love it. Nice. Who likes making game? I want to like to make gameplay. It's just that I don't. I just suck at it. I know I have to get better. The group ID 19, sign in. Right. Oh fuck, what happened? What? I think this is too much. Wait 1 second. Is like 3 enough? Wait, where did my stuff go? Can I not check this? Is it not? What? What? Wait, this is 19. Down here I have 17. So why is it moving all the way to the right? Very clearly, center group 19, target group 17, so these should be skate downwards, no? Wait. I just want to create a zoom effect without having to zoom. How do I do that? How do I... What am I doing wrong? It's the center of the screen, which is the horizon point. And then these blocks should move. Oh my god, what the actual fuck? Oh, what? What? Whoa. Why does it have an RGB effect if I click on it? Whoa. That is freaky. Give the blocks a center to scale off of, kind of like the rotate triggers, but just scale triggers. But that's what I did. This is the center, which is the center of the screen. It's supposed to scale away from the center of the screen. So when the scale activates, it like takes something from over here, I think. I mean, I can definitely try to see if the effect works when I do not have a start position and actually play it from the beginning. Let me actually see if that makes a difference. Nope. Also, this thing does not do what I wanted to do. What the actual fuck? Oh, wait. I think I know why it doesn't work. I think because I'm using area triggers, I cannot use this as a center group. I need to do something else. I set this to 9. This only works if I have a second object with advanced follow. I forgot. Hello, Game Nest. I actually don't think it is because I placed it at the beginning of the level. It should update in real time. But if I create a second object, give the one group. It cannot be that, Duke, because I did the exact same thing in space time, where you have a scale effect, and there it works just fine. The only difference is that you're scaling a static object, and here you're scaling a non-static. These are moving alongside the screen. But if I take this and give it the good old advanced follow, this is like the only use case that I know so far of advanced follow. I really should get into triggers. So wait, 20 is supposed to follow group 19. And now these should always be on top of each other, right? Let me actually give this a different color. It's not perfect, but it definitely is good enough for our use case. But if I now go ahead and set the scale trigger to center group 20, it should work even with the start pause. Should. Yes! Now it works, because now the issue is that this thing is getting moved by area move triggers to say at the center of the screen. And because it does that, through area move triggers, other objects cannot use it as a reference. But what you can do is with the advanced follow, that one accepts it as a reference. And if you then have an object through advanced follow, you can then use that one as a reference for other triggers. It's a bit strange that it doesn't work, but we can use it that way. Yo, thanks, Gameness. That is since 7 years. Yes, Cat is the Space Continuum guy. Having a little bit of a fun in the editor. So now I have to actually get this back up to 10. And maybe since we are falling in, I just want some visual, something visually that helps me understand what I'm trying to build. So I will create like a little particle trigger for this. What that was here. Similar to something I have used before in space-time. Wait, 400 by 400. Well, it was not particular my first 2.2 level. Wait, I actually have to use something different here. Oh, wait. Does that work maybe? It was not my first 2.2 level. I have on my YouTube channel 3 other projects that I worked on before I started Space Time, and this is where I learned most of the trigger knowledge I had for this level. Let's just get these little objects here. Give it, say, 300 emission of 100 particles. for 2 seconds each. Bit of a fade in, bit of a fade out. Oops. Oh yeah, true. I need to increase the end size. Okay. And go with dynamic rotation. So now you have this nice effect of you falling into the screen. It'll only be up for a short time, but we are going to use that. And say, make it group 21. And I'm definitely too lazy to use animation triggers right now, so we'll just alpha it on and off. So we do this. Use advanced follow. 21 follow group 20. And I think by doing that, bit of wait time. Boom. I think that should give us some visual indicator of us falling into the screen. Let me see. I think that's good enough for now. That's definitely enough to understand what I'm going for. I just need this for myself. I don't even think it is not necessary. I will overhaul all of it. This is really just to understand what I even want to do. Can actually reduce the particles and increase their speed. So do this. Reduce emission by a lot. Increase the end size. Maybe give it like a nice dark purple to bright orange. Because I like to play around, even though that's not my mission today. We're actually gonna use these. Does it still work? No. Shit. Wait, what rotation is that? Is it? Ugh. What rotation am I looking at here? Is it 120, 135? Shit. I think this is the wrong way. Shit. So just 20, 25, 45? Shit. My top 5 in the Space Gauntlet, if I'm actually going to answer that, I'm definitely going to remove myself from the from that pool out of principle, despite it being justified or not. I just have a few levels that I really want to be in the top 5. And I think 2 of these that are definitely in for me, or like 3, are Aperture, Kisaragi, and Space, I guess. With Aperture being visually the best one, Kisaragi having the best gameplay overall, and so it is 130 or negative 135? No, negative 55? I can't count. Is it correct? That does not look correct, but I will just accept it. So, yeah. Aperture being the best looking, but having not so good gameplay. Kisaragi having the the best gameplay out of the bunch, and Space, I guess, just being the best overall package. I think Final Orbit also goes in there for me. Like, these are my top 4. We'll take that. And of course make these. But these don't work properly. I don't know why they don't. Alien Dream Emulator. I have a little bit of a mixed opinion about Alien Dream Emulator. It is actually pretty fun to play. But for me it is too much of a seizure. It's too flashy. It tries too hard. It goes so hard with its flashes that it turns me off again. Like it's very well made in the part where you actually have this emulation of different levels that have already been built. That is so fucking cool. I love it. But I'm not particularly a fan of the first part, and I think the first part is a little bit messy. It's just not in my top 5. It's definitely top 10 though. I had a lot of fun, and I've rebeaten it. But like the 4 places I've mentioned are pretty solid for me. Or like pretty. I will stand by those. So why do these not stick to the actual camera center, even though this worked perfectly back when I built Spacetime? I'm doing the same thing. What is different here? Like, they just don't want to work. Is it the statics? Is it the offset? It should not matter. Or do I have to, like, initiate them here? Wait, maybe if I do this, do this. Oh, no. No, they don't work at all. Brilliant. Okay, so I don't even know where to put these. That's bad. I've messed around too much. Let's try it here. This looks very spot on. At least until here. What the fuck? Wait, do I have to increase something here? What is this? Why did they stop? Oh, Aperture was not top, but I guess it's because the gameplay, I don't know. Aperture was top, it is top 5, it's top 4, yeah. Oh shit, I misclicked. I think 4th place is still very good. Like, I would never claim that my level deserves a spot above it, because my gameplay wasn't very good either. And this one had more revolutionary stuff in it. I don't know who judged it. But also I will not complain about my placement. I'm happy I got 3rd place, deserved or not. I'll take it. Why does this just decide to not work? Why is this? Why does it give up? Oh no. Is it because I'm going too far down and it just works upwards? You serious? Hi, Jocelyn. How long will you usually stream? For these building streams, probably like 2 to 3 hours. I do want to build a stream for 2 to 3 hours, like one chunk every week. And if I actually enjoy what I'm doing, I will probably do like twice a week, but not more. I do not have that much time, and it is very, very exhausting for me to stream. Like, it's really fun to interact with people while I'm building, because I've been very quiet for like the past couple of years. So it's nice to use this to get back into the community, but it is very exhausting for me. You would probably be happy to know, Jocelyn, that I am planning to have this be not art focused at all and go back to the basis of design, but in a very simple manner in terms of details or visual details, and be far more detailed on gameplay and movement as a detail. Because those are two aspects that I think I'm very inexperienced in. Hey there, Kesmolon. Oh yeah, Aperture's gameplay is it's a bit funky. The first part I just took me a lot of practice runs to understand what the fuck's going on. LTGS, hello there. That is a name I haven't heard in a while. Although it now seems to be Strofox. Yeah, that's the ironic part, Catnu. The 3D part is the one with the best gameplay. That's very strange. Movement of detail. Wait, I can actually wait. You've just gotten it, right? I can show you what I mean. But basically, I've been very inspired by levels like Myths, and want to create something similar. So as you can see, there's a lot of movement, and it's very focused on the beats. And I really want the gameplay and the interaction of the player to be in the foreground, and not the visuals as per usual with my levels. I guess it's more of a learn. This level, I really want it to be more of a learning experience for me than just me grinding out another art project. Also, this thing does not work at all, and I hate it. What is this? This is really bad. This sucks. How do I correct this? Do I have to move them down? Does it still work? Do this. Does this fix my arrows? Oh, that looks okay, promising. Like these two objects have to stay in the center of the screen at all times. That is very important. Okay, so that was the issue. The issue is I had to place it down. Okay. The area moves feel a little bit too intense. That is true. They are very intense for now. They can definitely be altered to be a little less intense. I think the base movement is too much. I'd like to have the focus on like individual snares within the pre-drop. So let me actually hide the ground here. I think this is the base movement here. Also, why do these not work? Did I not? Oh, spawn trigger. Whoops. So right now, this is effect value 1. This should be 2. They should both be 6. And it's just jumping by 6/10 of a block, so 2/3 roughly. Actually tone that down a bit and see if this is a little less confusing to look at. That's nice. Yeah, it is actually better, I think. The effect still stands, and the idea is that you have blocks in the foreground and the background, so more basically rows of these that kind of. Wait, let me switch over to desktop view for this one for a second. Let's see. Can you see? Um, can you see my YouTube? So if I'm looking at what was it called? Audio visualizer. This is basically what this is supposed to emulate. And I just saw this thing and I thought it looked fucking amazing. Okay, fucking. Okay, we got advertisements. One second. So I just saw this and thought it looks amazing. And I kind of want to replicate this effect on a 2D layer. Or basically as a parallax effect. So I guess tuning down the movement of the main layer will help because it might become a visual clutter later on. And audiovisual. I'm expecting audiovisual, if he plays this level, to absolutely love it. If his name actually has something to do with audio visualization, which I don't even know if it does. So let me get back into the GD view so you don't have black screens all the time. The transition is kind of like the one like level your rate is working on. That would be interesting to see. Maybe I can get inspired, see something that I like, and make my own thing of it. The top 10 has been kind of mixed two different vibes, the slow vibes. There was basically. I'm a little bit disappointed how much fast pace there was. I really thought because it's a space gauntlet there would be less high octane stuff, but it is all high octane except for my entry and Jujitsu's. It's pretty sad that ever since I had to be forced to beat out of place, I started liking it less because it just looks so good. It looks it's my favorite one visually, but the gameplay drags it down a lot, which is just very unfortunate. And of course, there's a bunch of levels that I would have liked to see in the top 10 that weren't there, but I mean, in the end, we can complain all day, and we would just do a disservice to the people that actually got into the top 10. Um, like you won't make everyone happy, and I know that's easy for me to say, getting an unexpected high placement in the contest, but I barely would have. I barely expected to be in the top 10 after I saw what people were dropping. So I would have been happy with any placement. I think this is better now. So now, like the base pulses are less distracting here, and the individual snares do a much better service. Let me just look over this one more time. Actually, this is not distracting. We know it works. Let me just make these invisible. Good, good. We like to see it. I think the scaling thingy here, I will get rid of it and give each of these cubes an animation. I do have to learn on how to do that because in I think the ideal case for something that is a bit uh visually strange or perspectively strange would actually be quite nice to have these cubes that you stand on actually scale. Some fly past you, some fly into the horizon, and some actually just scale up and then become obstacles in the next part. But I think we should now try to actually create gameplay. Now that we have done the transition, I think it is time to decide what game mode to use next. So this is double speed, reset camera, and honestly, I will get rid of these here for a second so I can just, without hitting any spikes. And what is happening? I forgot again. Oh shit, there's a start pause. I'm stupid as fuck. Reset camera, stop disabling. Let's go. Oh, I still hit. Still this one. Okay. Honestly, Raptor should have ranked them group based, like top 5, 6 to 15, etc. To avoid Y is Pingus theory, not first. What do you mean by rank them group based? Could you elaborate on that? See, why is this not? Why is this looking so strange? Maybe I have to. This is 18, right? So 18, make it. So we sign in exponential in. And reduce this time frame. Yes, although it does not look like it's moving with us. Hello, Dash TY. How are we doing? Actually, do this. And then maybe like here. Then say. Actually, how do I do this? Wait, what do I just do? Did I add the group too much? Yes. I'm doing fine so far. Trying to create gameplay, but getting distracted because I prefer communicating with the stream chat instead of actually progressing in my own project. Get this to move. Make it sign in out, maybe. Do I get this to work right? Definitely more. It's like 30 in 2 seconds, I guess. Oh shit, I can't even do that. 1 second, I'm stupid. This here. Okay, this is good. Price being the same for the top 5 entries? I don't think that should be the case. I think the prize money is, at least for me, it was not my not of great interest for me. I mean, I now bought a microphone with it, and I'll probably invest the rest into something like video games. Um, but since a lot of these levels are also collaborations, people receive less money from the start. I don't think it is a good idea to emphasize on everyone gets the same when that's just not the case from the beginning. I think it takes away a little bit of the thrill. I mean, I have no idea what Vectem's gonna do with his money. I don't even know if he wants. I don't think he even wants the money. Um, but maybe he will invest it into his streams. That would be nice. So I cannot. I'm actually doing a mistake here. That one actually has to stay here. We do this. We put one here, but we turn off preview, I think. It's a preview and make it passable and no touch. So now we can type 6. Might actually have to count 5, 6, 7, 8. Move group 18. It's small. And move it by 80. Okay, so that. Wait, we cannot move that on the x-axis. It actually doesn't allow us to move. It actually doesn't allow us to do that. Oh god. It will be very themeless. I guess the theme for this is like audio visualization and cubes. I think that is that would be the best way to describe it. I guess we can get rid of this one then. All. Give this one its own group. Just say 22 for the same thing. Audio visualizer theme. Kind of. Yes. I mean, that will be the visuals. The visuals, I want them to be audio focused. Simple, cubic, audio focused. Or like audio responsive. So lots and lots of pulses, area triggers. Yeah. Now have we fucked this up? Or does this work? Nope, it works just fine. Means we can extra hide these. That's good enough for now. So now the question is, what do I actually do here? So we'll have a little pulse. Have a good one, Radium. Right, I don't even have to scale these anymore, right? No, I do have to scale them. I think I can scale them by like 10 for now, for fun. Whoa, wait. Oh, that was the wrong one to scale. No, you're supposed to be scaled by 4. Oops. Where's these? Oh, over there. Oh, these are already scaled by 10. Let's double that. 17. Oh no, it's 5. So just negative 50. Hmm. Exponential in. I think actually don't need this anymore. Okay, now it's not doing enough. So I have to do like this. That's nice. I love it. There's a little more representation by the particles. I'm really doing everything to not build gameplay. That's too early. Let's make that 100. Why does it look so shit? What am I doing wrong? Why is it not able to... What if I have a little bit of an outzoom here? So, but what is my current zoom on this? 0.9. So if I this 0.7 relatively quickly to have the effect that the player is going away from the screen and the screen follows back to the player. So do this. Then 1. Make it sign in. No, that... What? That's too fast. Why does it look so bad? That's not what I want at all. Maybe like this, and then have it bounce out. So like this. Like this. Why does it look so strange? Just have it... Nah, that sounds stupid. Actually, no, that looks better. Like... Oh boy. Why does this look better? What's good stuff to build in a UFO part? I actually first have to get rid of the BPM thing or move it up. and have it be speed. Just speed 1, right? Okay. Okay. Is UFO even even a good idea to have UFO here? Thank you, Sifal. Props to you for having the mind you got. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, but thank you very much. Okay, so usually it's forbidden to do that, but I feel like to not confuse the player, because the player is falling down and the falling down stops within an instant. The player has to think that he is indeed not falling down, but yeah, this is forbidden, but we'll do it anyway. I think this is actually the correct approach here. Do this. We put this on hide. Right. Give it group 22. I think this is the right approach, because otherwise it's just confusing as to why you're suddenly falling down and then you just don't. I mean, I think it should actually have a ramp here. This is danger zone. I hate doing stuff like this, but I don't know how to properly. I don't know how to properly give the player something to rely on here. What if I just have this visible? Does that work as like a platform he falls onto? So basically, I mean, it should work, right? So if I do this, put it here, snap it down, have it here as an actual platform. Give it 18. No, now I actually need something else to scale for. This is 18, it needs 19. This also needs 19 and 18, and now I have to scale 19 instead of 18. What do you mean, Robiani? What's so bad about scaling structures down to 0.25? I am scaling them back to 0.1. Don't worry. It's just to sell off an effect. And everything is broken as per usual. Did I do something illegal? Why is it doing that? Wait, so if I put it back to 18, how did I break everything? What did I do? Shit. Oh, it's not. Oh, it cannot be 19. I'm so dumb. Oops. So the center group idea is 23. Bro, just, no, the center group. What am I even doing? Center is 18, target is 23. My god. I cannot do shit. So you just don't want to move. Fuck you. 23, 18. So 23 also has to move. So like this. Wait. This. This. How are you not moving with... Oh, because I also have to change this. You will see in a second, Robiani. There we go. That's the effect I want to have. Thank you. Actually, no, it's not. Wait, what? So it works. It works here, and it does not work in normal mode. Here it chooses not to. Why? What is different? Why does it do that? What have I done wrong? They're all 23. This is 18 and 23. The scale targets 23 and has 18 as its center. What? Why can I not scale the entire thing? Why can't I do that? I think this would look so cool if it actually worked. Why it doesn't? This is bad. How do I fix this? I need someone with expertise. How do I get rid of this? Does it never work predictably? Which so far I've never had issues. Like space time went too smooth. Now I get all the bugs that I want. Now I get all the bugs that I didn't have with space time. Apparently, why does it? Something's off. Am I something wrong with the? Wait, this is just for these objects. That works fine. 18 also has to be changed to 23. It should work. I'm so pissed. What does this move trigger do? Group 22. What is group 22? Ah, that was this group. Okay. Okay, so we got that. Where is your center group for the center group is the portal. Fun fact, I once set a portal as the anchor for static camera trigger. So you're telling me that it might just be that I'm using a portal that causes this bug? I can change that. 1 second. If I just have this 23 and I'm instead using an anchor point like this. I hope it's in the middle. So this 23 and 18 should give the same results. Okay, so now it's on top of each other. And if I now play the normal mode... Thank you, Nara, you just solved my problem. Shit, this is stupid as fuck. Okay, so I cannot use portals for for center objects. That makes sense. Thank you, RobTop. Probably that's why from now on use a horizontally scaled easy face for static camera. Yeah. It's so weird. Hello Dark SC. Also Nara, if you are you since you know stuff about the scale trigger, or parallax. Have you tried out the area scale trigger? Because I don't really understand how to give it uniform transformation. Thanks, Cure. I really hope it sells the effect now. It'll definitely be updated with some custom animations, but for now, I think it just fits because it says fall into the night. And, well, that's what the player's doing. But yeah, for some reason, with the, what is it, area scale? Where the fuck is it? Where is it? There. You can set scale X and scale Y. How do I only make it scale? How do I give it a uniform scale? Does that work somehow? Can I just say scale? Can I not make it X and Y dependent? I want to use these plus minus options. So if I set plus minus 65 and plus minus 65, I want both of them to scale the same amount. How do I do that? And not just, okay, so this one scales 0.56 and this one scales negative 31 or something. How do I get these to be uniform? There's no option here. I bet there's a way to do it. I just don't know where. Because that was my initial idea on what to do with these blocks. Now they just all, yeah. They all just scale uniformly. But they all scale the same, so it looks a little stiff. So yeah, I think this platform is actually a good idea on what to do here. That would be a highly appreciated parallax, because that is something I struggled with. Not only in this project. Hello, Luz. How are we doing? So even if the player now decides not to jump, yeah, he just gets, you get sucked onto the platform because technically you're in free fall downwards, which you cannot see. But this is a nice way to have to keep the icon and have it spin a little bit. You move down, so I guess you now have this, which is nice. Also, as soon as you snap onto this, I need all of these move triggers to stop. It's like hard cut. So these three need them to stop. Right here. That would be, was it 25? I already forgot. Nope. Fuck. 24. And now it works just fine. This is very good. So, yeah, we still have the issue with the gameplay itself. I don't know what to do here. I feel like because you have these very clear beats, you can basically just jump to each of those. As you can see here, bum, bum, bum. It's just how do I create a good gameplay with this? I mean, this is nice. Like, with 1 speed and default gravity, you have pretty much, yeah, like a slight curve upwards, which is very nice. But how do I make this into something playable? Also, it's kind of nice that now I can see actually where the player is. I think that is it's good to know. We actually create some barrier objects to have a frame of reference. So we're kind of here. We start here, right? Let's see. Oh no, we start much higher. Okay. We're kind of here. Okay, so this is a good frame to know where we're in. So, how do I add something to this? Do you just want every block to scale the same amount when the player gets it? Not the exact same amount. That would be easy. Because then when you get the where the fuck is the area scale? There's too many. I hate this overview. It's just too messy. They have to be subcategories at this point. It's just ugh. Yeah, so I can just have these be a very specific amount. That works, of course. But I want to have a uniform amount when I have this plus minus amount. So basically, I want when the player comes near to have some be this scale, and some be this scale, some be this scale, and so forth. To have this effect happening. So high T for 1. But so far the only thing I saw that is possible is basically have like a random scale like this, which is not what I'm looking for. I don't want to warp these. I just want them to have different amounts of scale, which gives off the illusion that they're all falling with you, but all with different speeds. So I think we are dropping a little too low here. How could I fix that? I mean, technically, if you just click on the first jump, so this works, but how do I? This transition is very blind in a way because it comes in from the background. That might be confusing. How do I? Because this is definitely the best approach is to have one jump in the beginning. How do I make the player jump? How does the player know immediately to jump? Yes, Luz. The issue with the yellow pad is that some players want to jump when they have a transition and some players do not want to jump. And putting in invisible pads means that some players will hit the head because yeah, they would just be confused as to why there even is an upwards momentum. And the only thing to prevent that is to have a yellow pad and take away player control option for like a second so that so the player can't do anything here anyways. Yeah, I'm doing the options trigger thing. I'm doing an auto level. I'm doing Eptoptic 2.0. So do this. Give it 20. Is it 22? So I can basically have this be in here. Actually, isn't the yellow jump too much already? So if I do this, extra height. And now the player will jump, but if you hit the button, you should still do the same motion. Let's see. It is too much, but I like the idea. I do like the idea. I mean, what I could technically do is have 3 little purple portals. Put them all onto here, because you can actually move those. Make them a little more visible. What group is this? 23 was it? So the player does see them in the beginning. A force block. Yo, Thomartin, how's it going? Also, hello, artist. Thank you for joining my little stream. I think having the pads like this could work because now you know that there is a pad. Actually, I think one big pad is even better here. 7. One chunky pad. Oop. I think one chunker pad Might be better. So now, the player should see this. I think this is fine, no? I think this is actually okay. You can see it coming in the background. It's very aggressive, actually. I kind of dislike the particles because we're gonna make this alpha in. So I think I'm actually gonna disable the particles and create my own ones. Are you serious, hobbyist? Do I really have to do that? Oh my god. No, okay, I will not do that. You know what I'll actually want to yeah, I will do something different then. I think I'll actually go ahead and replace these with completely, like, rotatable object. Wait, why can I rotate this? Wait, can I rotate this? Because I took away the oh my, I can actually rotate these. Oh, that is so cool. I didn't even know I can do that if I uncheck these two. I didn't even know that opens up the option immediately. Like right away. That's awesome. Oh my god. Oh, thanks to Martin. I'm spending way too much time on this instead of creating actual gameplay. But I guess it's part of the gameplay. You could layer a pad on top of the portal. I think this works fine. I think this is almost more intuitive because now the player sees the pad coming at him and knows that he will, be affected by the pad. What random scale thing do we want to do? The initial idea was to have a random scale trigger, so the area scale, and have uniform scale X and scale Y, random but uniform. So I want them to scale randomly, but by the same amount in both directions. I think I already deleted the example. So what I want is have this, something like this for the random scale. But all that the game allows me to do with the area triggers is to have something like this, which is just bad. This sucks. Hello, you would like to do the. What does that mean? Should I be scared? I'm too out of touch to know what that means. Maybe I should not ask. Can you tell me what the style? What is the style and everything? The style is its design style. Theming is audio visualization and spawn remapping. What is spawn remapping? What kind of stuff is that? What is? Oh god. But let's go back to the pad for a second because I think what I'll actually do is oh yeah, you can definitely do suggesting, especially when it comes to gameplay elements. You can have the dead zone of the area scale to 1. What does that mean? There's a dead zone. Oh my god. What? No, it's not the dead zone. The dead zone is not the issue. The issue is that you cannot it's just the wrong trigger. The issue is that the random scale is never the same for both x and y axis. I wonder if you consider it real quick. Sure. I think we have some new viewers. I think it's about time they actually see what I've been working on. Let me quickly turn off the particles here because they annoy the shit out of me. Oh, there's more stuff. So this disabled. Why? Oh, they're not disable you. Okay. Da, 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 da. You don't use a star pose switcher. I think if you told me what that is, I would be very thankful and would implement it immediately because it annoys the shit out of me. Select all horizontal blocks. Pause new group X, then set up an advanced random trigger to spawn 10 different scale triggers for the same group. Then you can spawn that one. That sounds. That's so. I feel old reading this. That sounds so cool, but I think that's the shit that I see in other levels, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. New group X. So, you mean what I can do is I can select all of these, say, what is it, new group X, and it will give all of them an individual group, and I give all of them an individual scale trigger, and they all scale randomly, right? Is that what you're saying? Do you have like a block design level style? If I can have no, I'm very sure on how this level is supposed to look visually. The gameplay is in the foreground at the moment, and stuff like transitions, camera movement, and so on is pretty much the most important part. And it's more of a learning experience this level than me trying to one up myself because I do not want to try to invest as many hours as I did in space time because I was just too much. Hayo Dyron. I'm very sure I'm pronouncing most of these names most of these names wrong. I'm sorry. So let's go back to this. So the idea venom that she gave is very good. However, I think I want to try to actually have a lot of animations. I think it works, but I think in the end, what I want to do is figure out something else I do not know, where I can combine uh, intentional scale and shit to each of the blocks, and I technically want them to move the same every time. So I need to learn on how to animate these blocks, which I will get to, likely also on stream. But technically, I want these blocks to, some of them to fall into the next part and be obstacles. Not sure how that would work, but let's just get one of these because they're not. You cannot touch them anyway. So if I give this one 25, let's actually make this one a little brighter to distinguish it from the others. RQ Wonderbob. I don't know about Wonderbob. The idea actually was to have something that is similar to what audiovisual does, I think, which has a lot of emphasis on these very dramatic shapes. I don't think I'll use pixel blocks. It will most likely be a lot of default blocks and a lot of glow. It'll be very glow heavy. I think that is a turn off for some players, but I don't care. So I have 25. How do I? This is a bad idea. I will do this a different day. I really want to progress on the actual. I want to progress on the actual fucking this gameplay section now. Jesus Christ, I'm not making any progress here. Okay, so first for the visual indication, have spare particle effects that do not obscure the view. Because fuck that. Where's the particle trigger? Okay. So pulse for X is 10. Angle is the same. I'm gonna start with some brightish pink and end some darkish purple. I think that makes for a nice one. Turn off the additive. think that actually did it. That's actually enough. So we do this. And have that be B1. It's like this. Increase the spikes a little bit. Oh shit, I have to assign this the actual group. 23. You you almost don't see this. Oh god. I will give this some more visual clarity later on. Fuck this. I think it's very clear what is happening. Okay, so now we have this. Can actually increase the frame now. This should be the area where the UFO part takes place. So let's hear what game modes I need. So this in between bopping. This dun dun dun. But I definitely need some very focused clicks. So dun 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 dun. Then maybe have a yellow portal. Which then wait. So I have something like this. Also, I think there's like a plugin that shows you where you click, right? That gives you these hints of where exactly you clicked. I wish I had this plugin. Coming back to what you said, Parallax. I don't have Mega Hack unfortunately anymore. I am working exclusively with the Geode hacks. I used to have Mega Hack to have unlimited objects back in 2.1, but I don't use it anymore. That's a bit monotonous, right? I feel like that's. Do you have Mega Hack for Geode? Is that a thing? Do you have any mods? I use Better Edit, which is why I have this. I think this is this interlinking. The view option I think is new. I don't think that's part of the game. This third thing here is not part of the game. There's some nice stuff in it, but I should have to maybe remove the UFO dupe. What do you mean by dupe? I'm very unsure on what game mode to use here. I feel like it really sounds like doesn't look good already when merged in between. What do you mean by dupe? Go to in-game advanced setting in the pause menu. There's a setting for. Oh wait. In-game advanced settings. Where are these advanced? Is it these? I don't think it's these, right? Click indicators. The UFO. Oh yeah, the fact the UFO portal shows up twice right now because this is the gameplay version and moving certain objects or scaling them and moving them on the x-axis doesn't work. There's an arrow for next page. Oh my, where? So here, wait. Show clicks. There it is. Oh my god, thank you very much. Good night, overrated night. It doesn't really sound like you're gonna sleep with that name, but alright. Also, hello, Zeptos. So now I can see where I click. Wait, I guess only in. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Ooh, that is exactly what I wanted. Oh my! I thought that was an. I thought it was an add-on. I didn't know that was built into the game. Shit. It does work, but it's boring. How do I make this more exciting? How do I do this monotonous shit and actually have you kind of go through. There's some useful stuff in there. You're talking to a 2.1 person. I am so out of the loop. Height. What is height path? Height's the play. Oh, okay. Height particle icons. Playtest smooth fix. Paste state groups. Layer locking. Oh my god. I will go. I will go through this in private. They will take too long. What difficulty? Probably. Is this a 7-star gameplay at the beginning? Because if it is, I want to stick to 7 stars. Definitely harder difficulty, alright. Yes. So, huh. Wait, can you actually... I can put this on hide now. It is hidden. Wait, you can actually not see this then. Real play. So yeah, how can I do something interesting? Do I even need UFO? Is there another game mode that would fit better? Should I maybe switch up to something that is beat focused, like Ball? I, don't know, I always imagined this to be a UFO part, so I'm a little unsure. Why does it still show? Wait, why does it still show on your editor for Hidden Object? Mine doesn't do that. Oh, that is just part of the view thing, where you can hide, or like if you press F5 or F4, so now you see hide particle icons, show hitboxes, and F6 it is toggles hide and show invisible. Hello, Zach. Ship or UFO would work for this. Everything turns into hard insane. Yeah, I know that is why I feel like a lot of decorators like to stick to hard or like any form of demon gameplay, because that's just the most you can do with it. I think it is easier to build a difficult level than it is to build a fun, easy level, unfortunately. So I guess this is also part of the challenge. You know, I want the last level to be a 7-star, or actually 6-star, it turned into an 8-star. And now I actually want to have gameplay that is 7-star that turns out to be 7-star. Can I do it? Is it possible? So I think I can turn on a little bit of soothing background music. I think this is too boring. Definitely need to. I'm so lost. When should the first game mode switch be? I think that is the first useful decision. I think it should be here. So maybe we switch from UFO to ship. And then we have a very long. This, right, so let's see. I think this is very sad, but this needs a dash or we're still stuck here. Maybe swing gameplay with orbs. I'm so scared to use swing gameplay, especially with an easy level. It is so difficult to pull off without annoying people. And with orbs, dude, out of place. I love out of place, but man, that swing part is not it. Aggressive course correction layouts. You mean like the swing part in? I think it was Vectum's level, right? Abductive has a lot of aggressive course correction in it. So basically, definitely, what can be used are these. I'm pretty sure that in Rob's preview, from what I've understood, it was Vibrant recording that footage for him. I'm so stuck on this, I don't get it. Does anyone have maybe layouts that I can look at to get an idea of how to make decent UFO gameplay that isn't boring but also not difficult? It is very on the beat. There's little room for, I think, free mode UFO, which makes it a lot more difficult. So this I usually move to. Yeah, that is true. I've honestly never done this. I do this with design all the time. I just switch through parts and it's like a hack to make interesting, easier. Okay, so there's a rule I have for this level. Because I want the block design and the general visuals of the level to be extremely focused on cube shapes, with cube shapes being the good thing and triangles being the bad shapes that kill you. I want no slopes in this level. Or if I use slopes, make them look like cubes. So for example, if I use a slope, I will, if I design it, wait, let's write this, have it be a rotated cube instead. That is the only way I can implement slopes. But overall, I do not want to have slopes be part of the gameplay as a challenge. It's also not a single slope that you use in the previous parts, and I want to stick to that. Use the gravity portal plus green orb. Do you mean like have... Wait, I've never actually tried this. But if I just take a lot of green portals with green orbs, is it actually the same as just normal jumping? 1 second. I want to see if this actually is just normal jumping now. Okay, it actually is. That is hilarious. Oh my god. That is so fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. When was the last time we had orbs in portals? MP gets fire? Are you guys serious? This looks so fucking goofy. Also, I have to make this visually clear somehow. I mean, I can technically have like this, and then this, and then this. That's kind of funny to have. Does this work? Oh my god, this is very difficult to... I guess it's kind of funny. Maybe I have to do it like this. And then, like I said, I wanted the orbs to become part of... I like the cubes to fall into this and then actually become obstacles. It'll be a little bit tricky to pull off. But for now, let's just have saws. We should maybe use the normal part instead of the green ones if you want to make it more side-readable. Put the orbs on. What is the cheat code for you for gameplay? Yeah, I know. But it's still definitely more interesting in this case than just having non-portal clicks. It is kind of funny. I'm not gonna deny that. Maybe if I have a green orb, also use a green portal to avoid confusion. So have a green portal here, then a yellow one, and then a blue one. I think that should make it more clear. And it's also nicely colorful. Okay, so there's a big issue with this. You actually have to use a yellow portal so you can see the green orb. I think that's an issue. I like green. It looks cool. I'm just worried that because of the green portal, you can't really see the green orb. Okay, so we have these 3 portals. I think are pretty... Actually, do this, then have yellow portal here, maybe it's to not have too many portals. Put the orb on top. Is it not? Oh yeah, wait. I mean, this looks kind of ass, but I think I have to do this right. I think that has happened before, Naro. I think someone came in and said, oh, yo, Ghoul is one of my favorite levels. And I'm like, alright, thanks. It's a little old, but I appreciate it. I think it's actually good. Now you have these half beats. So every second beat, you have a gravity change to adjust to. So you have this. We have this. Then you have this. 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 Then now we have this. I also don't know why, but sometimes the BPM forces you to use half move button. Half move button. What is a half? I mean, yes, the BPM, like the blocks are not. Block size is not the BPM distance. Oh my goodness. Remote padding 75. Let's make it this. Let's see how it works. Either make this, or I make this a little more funky with 2 green portals. I think 2 green portals would actually be more fun. Just to confuse the player. Go a little high here, so he's all have to move up 1 step. Like this. Whoa! Wait. Okay, that's bad. That should not happen. Make it like this, maybe. Okay, that's difficult to pull off. Whoops. Oh boy. Maybe we have to move all of these like half a block. Or to the this. So you can buffer click. Oh my, you jump very high here. So like, it's more like this. Oh boy. I think this is not too good because... Huh. You definitely want to click 3 times and you kind of intersect with the ship. You have to use 3 of these. So I have the ship actually be delayed by like half a beat. Is that better? Definitely smoother, but it's still not. I like in there. I think there should be a normal click, then a green orb, then a yellow or red orb. Oh, so have this. That then gets followed by this. That then gets followed by. Okay, how do I make this 7 star? I love the progression. I really do. I'm just a little worried that this turns into an insane just because of stuff like this. This is actually good. That's actually a very good idea. Maybe instead of having a ship, so you're not too long in free flight, have a ball section. So you get launched into the ball part next. So have this be free mode as well. I mean, I will get several playtesters for this. to make sure this doesn't get out of control. You don't really get launched here at all. What is this? Should do this. Do this. And then have a yellow thingy. I think this is cool. This could be something. To do this. It's very strange. Maybe I'd... Wait, no. Keep the yellow one. Show me the hitboxes. Hitboxes have to overlap pretty much, so there's no downtime. It's like this. No, I think this is fine. What I need to do for this is to cheat a little bit with the gravity. Have the gravity actually decrease shortly before you hit the yellow pad. So like 0.7 or something. Because this is a free launch. There's nothing to click here. And when you land like this, make it 8. And then once you land on the next platform, it goes back to 1. This is good. And I think to not confuse the play too much, we have a zoom out effect here. At least for a little bit. So sign out 0.8. Then gets back to normal. This. This is nice. To actually see where the line will be. I think sign is more correct in a way. I think with ease you have like sign is actually this the sign function. So it's very exact in its mathematics, while the ease in has room to interchange how quickly something gets eased in and eased out. And it's not perfectly smooth. So I think there's a good demonstration on how these actually work. But basically with a sign in, you can kind of compare it to this. It actually starts very slow and then gets stronger, but with the ease in, it like immediately has an effect, but then you can change if it goes like this, if it goes like this. It has more options to it, but the sign option is always, it will end up looking the smoothest, which is why I almost exclusively use sign by now. I still don't... Does it have to be closer? Like this? Does that work? It's weird. It looks a little... It still looks off for some reason. Looks like it bounces. You can see that it bounces twice, which is not too good. Also, I think the yellow border should be a little further up. Should you? items. You might want to put the pet on the orb. If I do that, oh, you mean have the pet be here? As soon as you go into the ball game mode, you will drop off. I think it has to be, you will have to get launched again once you change game modes for it to work correctly. TP portal course correction. What? Wait, what do you mean by course correction? Is it course correction? I can try red orb. I just have the fear that it actually launches me too far. Although that should not be an issue, because we don't work with boundaries anyway. No, it's too much. I can get rid of the gravity actually then. Maybe that fixes it. Like a red pad on the orb. Yeah, but I really want the player to not be able to touch the red orb unless the red pad unless the red orb has been touched. So I mean I can program that in, I guess, if I give this right. I mean we can see how it works without first before I start programming stuff. Yeah, so as you can see, you just fall down. There's no carried momentum. You just make a little boop, and then you drop down. So, best thing you can do is have it be right on the portal. And maybe have a second one here, and just have both be invisible. This is so cursed. It is very strange. I don't... momentum with the ball part only works if the player jumps in as a cube for some reason. So that works. The only issue is that you might be able to reach the portal the same without touching the red orb. Yeah, as expected. Which means we have to give this a group 26. And we say toggle 26. Then we need an event trigger. It's one of the few triggers that I sort of get behind. Fortunately, where is the event? There's the event trigger. So it should be as orb activated, but I want red orb activated, I think. Dash orb, red pad. Where's red orb? Spider orb, dash orb, custom drop, green gravity, red orb. So red orb activates a group ID. Ah, okay, so this activates group ID 27, which then should toggle on (26) the spawn trigger 27. So this should do it. So now it doesn't do anything and you die if you don't take the orb. But if you take the orb, it should launch you now. There we go. Just as intended. It's the only thing I understand to do. What about turn yourself into a ball for that red orb instead? So you want Oh, wait, so you want to try out having this be the combination, where you are first the ball. That's tricky. Let's just see how it feels before we change it. It's kind of funny, actually. It looks less confusing to me. Except it's a green orb in a green portal and then a red orb on a red portal, I think. It felt like I had to do less. I don't know why it felt like I had to do less. Maybe because there's less objects on screen. It's tricky. It is tricky. Wait, what was weird again? Something was off. I did like that, actually. It was not too bad. Like, maybe do it like this. I mean, can have both of these be T1. Actually, make them T2. And then give some visual indication, or like make it look a little nicer than it does here. Because this looks like ass. This is ass. Like, it needs like a drop shadow or something. Let's actually try to do that. This is 28, 21. How do I create a good drop shadow here? Without screwing this up. This. Extra. No touch. Passable. This is 28, so... work? No, it does not work to do this. Okay, so now it has a drop shadow, but you can't see it. That's good. That's not okay. Like this. Let's just use that for now, even though it's not too great. It's not worth this. What does passable do for an orb? It means you cannot touch it. Oh no, wait. Oh wait, whoops, you're right. It has to be no touch. It's way too many. No touch is all it should have. So now you cannot activate an orb twice. Okay, that looks super awkward. But I think it is the visual indication it needs for now. It doesn't really look good, but I guess it works. It feels weird. The jump is very lame. Maybe I do need some gravity. Maybe I do have to reduce the gravity a bit to have a more static jump. It's a very... looks goofy. So we do this. That's nice. That has so much more oomph to it. Might be a bit too much. So we have this. And then we can maybe add on with some more orbs. So I have like this to make it then stick to the floor. And the background music goes hard. Oh my god. Yep, that is actually pretty decent. I think I'm happy with this UFO part. This was a lot more difficult to design or like to get something substantial than I thought it would be. But I guess it's those empty sounding parts in the music that are the most difficult to get something interesting done with. So I think I'm gonna actually. I think I'm gonna pause here because my neck is starting to hurt. I've also been online for like 2.5 hours by now. I think it's time to take a break. One question was, so why before the last visual overhaul you can still do the yellow balloon and the green balloon? Event trigger to not leave these two orbs. What do you mean event trigger to not leave these two orbs optional? They are not optional. If you don't take both of these orbs, you die. You can still why you can still defend when most can't. I honestly, the gameplay was built, of course, before I let me get into that. Where do I have space time? You're referring to this section here. So these orbs, I first built them, I designed them, and then I had different gradient triggers in the foreground that obscured the colors or like blended them into each other too much. Which I didn't really pay attention to. So I just left it as it was. And I never noticed that these were actually indistinguishable at some point. And I went back and actually made them a little bluish now. So they... yeah, it's a slightly bluish green. And so now they... I think preview locked is not even a mod. It's in the game. It's F1. F1 locks it into a different place, while F2 then unlocks it. Kind of sucks that you don't have these options for mobile. What's even worse is if I want to create something on mobile and I still have preview locked, I cannot unlock it on mobile. It's stuck. It sucks. And then I'm stuck with looking at something visually that isn't in the part that I'm actually building. Yeah. These, honestly, all the few things that I know about the editor, I think I learned in like 1 or 2 YouTube videos about 2.2. I think one of them was from Osk. Preview lock just means that, I mean, when you scroll through a level, you see like a visual preview of different shaders, different pulses and stuff. And sometimes you want to look at frames within the level without having the visuals change as you move around, and so you just lock the preview in that spot, and then no matter where you go, it stays the same. Yeah, I still need to update the low detail mode on this level, but my god, I've spent so much time on it. I just need something else right now. I will get back to this, and there will be a ultra low detail mode update one day. But yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna call it here. I really need a break. I'm pretty tired. I've almost been online for 3 hours now, which is good. We've achieved less than I hoped for, but I'm pretty happy with what we got now. Big thanks to you, Parallax and Nara, for helping me out in getting this part done. It's a lot of insight. And let me quickly initiate the ending of this stream. So let's quickly swap this out. Let's swap out. Get help on that portal bug. Which bug do you mean? There's no bug. I don't think there's a bug. Is there a bug? Oh, you only helped on that portal bug. I mean, that kind of saved my ass there, because I would not have figured that out. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go off now. Thanks to everyone who stuck around until now, and I will hopefully be online next week. Cheers.
Sorry.